Very good afternoon to all of you. I'm Anurag Srivastava, as your placement officer was talking about, and we are here from Japan Institute of Educational Measurement. And we are here not to give any lecture, first of all. It's an interactive seminar, so you can ask as many questions as you want. If you have any query related to any topic of the seminar, you can go ahead and ask the question to me. So it is actually a seminar on C2C, that is Campus to Corporate program that we are providing. Let me once again tell you the full form of JIEM. It's Japan Institute of Educational Measurement. So the first question that we ask our students is, do you have it in you? And trust me that it is not information technology. Right? The first thing is that the it is not information technology. The it is the spark or the fire within you to do something good. Okay, underline, italics, bold, the good part. Alright? Do you have it in you? Means, is there any spark? Okay? Why when so many of the companies will be coming to recruit you, so many of the companies will be asking you several questions. But trust me, I have been in this profession for the last 7 years, and I was also a part of the recruitment team at several MNCs. Sometimes we do not ask many questions to the candidate because we have already been through 200 candidates. So we are not left with any energy more to ask to the candidate. We just tell, come. Just answer one question, and either you are selected or you can wait for 2 days. Our representative will get back to you with the appropriate answer whether you are selected or not. So only one question will decide your future. That's why when we call it IT, that's the fire, that's the spark, that one answer will give the interviewer a dazzle so that he or she picks you up first. Okay? That is why we say it's an accurate measurement technique in the field of soft skills and personality development. When we talk about soft skills, it's not only being polite to others, okay? Answering the questions in a well-mannered performer. It's also about our personality. When we are standing in front of the people, when we are talking to people in public, what we call it as public speaking, are we a good orator? Is the public listening to me? That should be the question in your mind. Are you conveying the right message? Are you giving the right point to them? That is why. We have been through so many colleges. We have already completed this program with so many colleges like SRNVIT, DHS, and IBMR, IBX, Amity. So many colleges we have conducted it. And every student was able to transform him to another platform. That is why we call it campus to corporate. Because while you are in campus, trust me, the corporate has got a huge gap between the two. The campus and the corporate has got a huge gap. And we try to bridge that gap for you. When you are in the campus, you are standing on a concrete ground. Okay? You are sitting in a crowd. You can make wonderful noises. You can do whatever you want to do. Why? Because you are one among the crowd. Nobody will, until and unless the person is trying to extract where the sound is coming from, he or she will not be able to make out where or who is doing that. Because it is an opaque subject. Okay, you are not visible to other people. But contemporary, when you go to a corporate world, trust me, it is a glass room. Even the floor is made up of glass, the ceiling is made up of glass, and all the walls are made up of glass, where you are very transparent to your supervisor. One mistake, one problem that you do will create a higher burden and a higher weightage on your character and on your responsibility. And trust me, the glass floor will break any time, and either you are fired or put on the bench. That's what is going to happen.
So we try to make it and make you understand that why corporate scenario is very important. Why do we have a certain specific guidelines, certain rules and regulations in the corporate when we enter? As I told you very clearly, just think about your campus, and it is made up of concrete and sand. But the corporate world is always made up of glass. Literally, it is made up of glass. You go to Infi, you see all glass structures. You go to GE, you see all glass structures. So it is literally made up of glass, where you can be seen through what you are doing and what you are not doing. People can pick at you. Here, the teachers, the professors are there to help you, guide you, grow. But their people will be trying to pull you down so that they can put their head forward, so that they get the promotion first. Because trust me, my favorite topic is let's talk money. Okay? And why we are here? Because tomorrow you want to make money. Yes, no, maybe. Yes, tomorrow you want to make money. And how will you make money? That is the most important point. How Dhirubhai Ambani made a lot of money, rather to say hell lot of money. How Steve Jobs made a hell lot of money. How they were college dropouts. They were not even from a single or simple school. They did not go to Harvard, Cambridge, IIT, IIM or any other college. But yet they were able to make a hell lot of money. Dhirubhai Ambani created his own empire, which stands till date before independence and after independence. Centuries have gone, half century gone already. But they still stand as the best foot in the business scenario. Yes, no, maybe. What made them different? Why they were different? They were even college dropouts. But they were the best orator, the best people with the best soft skills and the personality, which was grasping the attention of the entire civilization of the country. Dhirubhai Ambani spoke his dreams, but it seemed to each and every single farmer that he was speaking for them. And that is why even the single farmer was ready to pay him just for his words. That yes, this man will make my rupee to 1.5 rupee and give me back. And yes, Dhirubhai Ambani did that. He took 1 rupee from all and gave them back the 1.5. But the money that he made was 3 rupees. Okay? The promotion of 300%. And that's how he created an empire. That is what we call it, IT. There was a spark. There was a fire. There was a hunger for success. That is why these people created a mark. Even if they are not alive, they are still there with us in our world. Next, we come to Albert Einstein. Okay, we have already spoken about people who have not gone to the college. Now let's talk about scientists who are great scientists. Albert Einstein, okay, gone through many regular correspondence and courses, everything. So what Albert Einstein tells us is, if you can't explain it simply, you have not understood it at all. Whenever you go to a class or a lecture, you are half mentally present and 100 physically present. And you are not able to grasp the 100% whatever the professor is telling you. Right? Yes, no, maybe. Yes, because we are not at that level. Okay, the professor has gone through the post-graduation, the PhDs, and all those things. So they can tell you in simple words what they're trying to relate to you. But sometimes it goes OHT, over the head transmission. What did the professor tell right now? I missed it. I was daydreaming, I missed it. So if 100% lecture is given to you, you grasp only 75% if you are very alert in the class. Very alert means 75%. Okay? And all of those 75%, you are able to reproduce only 30% when it comes to examination. Okay, you do not remember more than 30%. That is why we study like mad people just before the examination is going to fall. Yes, no, maybe. If we remember everything that the professor has said, we do not want to and we do not need to study the previous day. But we do that because we remember only the 30% and with 30% we are not going to pass, as the passing mark is 40% minimum. So we need to go and read again and again and again. That is why we say, if you can't explain it simply means in simple words. Do not try to pick up the jargons and the heavy words from your dictionary. No, it's not important, and you will never gain or score marks on the basis of that. What you will score marks is on the basis of your understanding, what you understood and what you wrote down. That is most important to any professor. That is why we need to understand whatever the person is talking about. And the only medium being English and not being our native language. English is not our native language. We are not born in US or UK. Because people who are born in US or UK, a 2-year-old kid who doesn't know grammar, who has never been to school, who has never been taught ABCD, will tell his mother or her mother that, Mama, I want to go to the playground and play with other kids. Nobody taught him or her how to speak English. But they are perfect. Why? Because it's their native language. By the moment they open their eyes, they have been listening the same language in and out throughout the day. And they pick up these things from the parents, brothers, sisters, neighbors, etc., the entire society. So we don't need to teach them English. But we Indians have got many vernacular languages. Might be Hindi, Kannada, Tamil, Telugu, anything. We have the second language as English. And English being the most important language in today's era. Why? Because every company, no company will come, like Infosys will not come and start taking interview in Kannada. They will always go for English. Why English? Because today you are appointed at Bangalore. Tomorrow a project comes at New York, you have to be posted over there. And until and unless you know good English, how will you convey the message of our company to them? And how will they understand it? And if you're not able to bring revenue and the process in our company, you are not allowed to stay in our company. That is why English has become the most important language for the day. And that is how we talk about more on English language. How to communicate. What is public speaking? What is actually debating? Okay, people say, okay, let's conclude the debate. Can we conclude the debate? Yes, no, maybe. Yes? Okay, people say yes, but a debate can never be concluded. If you are having a debate, you are having difference in the opinions. Okay? You have a different opinion and the other party is having a different opinion. So he or she will stick to his or her own opinion and you will stick to your own opinion. It can always be summarized, but it cannot be concluded. Okay? That is why we go ahead with group discussion, debate, all these things, impromptu speeches, wherein you are asked to, represent yourself. It will be like tomorrow you are representing RJS, but 5 years later you will be one among the Infosys or a GE guy and you will be asked to represent the company. So are you ready for that? That is what our question is. And if you can understand it very easily and explain it in simple words, you have crossed the first water. There are so many several things which you need to understand. Now this particular slide talks about hard work, smart work, luck and me. Let me tell you that you all people are doing the hard work as of now, studying all the day through and coming to the seminars like this and everything like that. So has the phrase ever changed that hard work is the key to success? Has it changed? Yes, no, maybe. No? Yes, it has not changed. But can we modify it? Do the hard work in a smart way so that you can have the luck and you can always prosper in your life. Now what is the smart work? Can anybody tell? See, in the beginning, the person who was addressing you said it is an interactive session. So let's make it interactive. It's not a lecture that I'm going on and on. So just let me have your point of view. What is a smart work? What do you think about the smart work? Yes, anyone? What is the smart work that we do? Hint is do your hard work in the smart way. That's it. If you know to do your hard work in the smart way, you are there. You are almost there at the step of either Infosys or GE or Accenture or name it. and you are there. What is a smart work? Anyone? Come on. Understanding and doing the things. Wonderful. Anything else? Yes? Doing work using your ideas. Yes, anyone else? Wonderful. Anything else? Alright, let us break SMART. S-M-A-R-T. Okay? Let us put S for specific. Be specific in whatever you are doing. Like if I'm doing a work over here, I'm trying to be specific. I'm here for your communication. I'm here to groom your personality. I'm here to make you corporate ready. That's it. 3 things. And the most important thing, be precise, is I'm here to make you corporate ready. You are ready for the corporate tomorrow. That's why we are here. So be specific, SMART. S stands for specific. M stands for measurable. Measure whatever you are trying to do. You know, you do a lot of hard work, but you cannot measure it. It's not measurable, so it's not worth. Okay? It's not worth if you are not able to measure your hard work. A stands for achievable. Try something which is achievable by you. Do not think that after this, just after completing your course as RJS, you are going to be one of the scientists at NASA. No, that's not being achievable. Okay? So try to put something which is achievable to you. R stands for realistic. Please try to be realistic. Put your feet on the ground. Do not fly high. You will have times to fly high with your ambitions. But right now it's the time to be realistic. And the most important last word, T, stands for time bound. We do not have the entire time in the world to do whatever we want to do. It's a time bound series. Okay? We need something and there is only a specific time limit that has been given to us so that we can perform. So that's the SMART work. Got it, everyone? What is S for? M A R T. Wonderful. Now what is love? L. What is love? I told you right now, didn't I? No. Okay, what is luck? What do you people think about luck? Chance, God will come down with his wings one day, pull you up, like you see in the advertisements, you know, Amitabh Bachchan, Taakat Ka Bhoot, you know, he picks up the bag, something like that. You know, what is that, Bondweight or whatever? Complan. Okay, so will some God come to you in Complan? Yes, no, maybe? No. Then what is the chance? What is the luck for you then? What is the need of the luck for you then? What is luck? People think getting things unexpectedly. You know, even you ask great people, they will say luck is very important, you know. 99% is hard work, but 1% is luck. If that 1% doesn't help you, you are now not there. But I think, no. Luck is, L stands for learning, U for under, C for correct, K for knowledge. If you are learning under the correct knowledge, you are already lucky. Okay? There is no Taakat Ka Bhoot, there is no God, there is no angel which will fly down to you and tell you that, brother or sister or dear friend, I am here to help you out and don't worry, you will be in Infosys because in the interview I will enter you. Okay? During the interview. It's not going to happen that way. It's a different scenario. It's always the learning under the correct knowledge. Let's start. Luck is L. Learning under. Wonderful. Now what is me? We always talk about I, me, myself. You know, where we are the most selfish animals on the planet Earth. Even the dog is better than us. You know why? Because we always think about us. You know, even we are sitting next to our best buddy, okay, best friend. But trust me, when it comes to one seat in Infosys, I'll try to kill him. Okay? Either I will stab him in his stomach or I will stab him on his back. Yes, no, maybe. Yes, we will do that. Why? Because let's talk money. Okay, if he gets into AFI and I am into ABC company which has just started in Bangalore, of course he will be earning 6 lakhs per annum salary and I will be starting with 6,000 per month salary. So let's talk money. We will stab him. Why not? Give me a knife. I will stab him. Okay? So that is why I, me and myself stands for. But me over here, we ask people not to stab anyone. Okay, please. Just look up to yourself, and me stands for motivation and enthusiasm. If you have the correct motivation with yourself, you will have ample of enthusiasm to do the work. Because example I was giving in the last seminar, if you have seen any Bollywood movie like Border or Gadar, have you ever seen such movies? Yes. In those movies, when we see Sunny Deol pulling out the hand pump, we get so, highlighted that we think that tomorrow I'm going and I will also pull out at least a municipality pump. That is the tap. Okay, hand pump is something which can be done only by Sunny Deol in Bollywood. But we can pull at least the tap. But we can't do that also. Why? Because watching that movie, the enthusiasm level goes to a peak. Okay? You are actually into the movie. You are not seeing the movie. For those 2.5 hours, you are into the movie. But what happens after 30 hours or after 25 hours? Is there a bakwas karta hai? These people show anything. They are copying South movies nowadays. One you can kick 25 villains with one shot. One hand gone and 25 in the air. So you will talk about like this. Why? Because the enthusiasm level has gone down. And now you do not have any motivation, anything, so that you can pull out the municipality tap. Getting my point? Yes? So in that concern, you have to keep the consistency with yourself, telling that no, I am highly motivated, I myself motivate me, so I will be enthusiastic enough until and unless I reach to my goal. Until I reach my goal, I will not sit and I will not rest. And that's what hard work, smart work, and luck and me refers to. Coming to the same slide again, as I told you about Dhirubhai Ambani, Steve J. It says think differently, and Nelson Mandela talking about education is the most powerful weapon which can change anything in the world. So we need to understand the importance of education which we are going through right now, because that's the only weapon that we are having to talk money. Okay, we do not have anything else. Our name is not something Ambani that will just go and think, okay, let's open another factory. Okay, in my wife's name or in my brother's name or whatever it is. We can't do that, okay? Or it's not Bachchan attached to our name, okay? Amitabh Bachchan or Abhishek Bachchan, even a cloth hero, because the Bachchan so can be in the Bollywood. So we are normal people. We are common human beings. So we need to understand that education is the only powerful weapon which is standing right now in our hand. That is why we have depicted the picture over here. Next, coming to Dhirubhai Ambani, as I told you, is a person with a great persona. His personality was amazing and he was able to fetch money even from the beggars. That was only because of his soft skills and his personality and his charisma that he carried. Even you can name Steve J, a college dropout, which thought differently in his life and made a successful career. Coming to our organization, which is Japan Institute of Educational Measurement, we are at 2 places in India, that is Bangalore and Pune. Across the globe, we are at many places like Singapore, Hong Kong, China, Doha, Qatar, Dubai, etc., Sharjah. So many places across the globe. The one thing which differentiates, you might go through so many of classes, or there will be so many of personality development or grooming program given to you. But when we study these subjects, we say there should be something different, something different which our product is sold in the market for. Place our product with a difference.
That is why we have introduced a different thing that is known as CASEC, C-A-S-E-C, which stands for Computerized Assessment System for English Communication. And this is a Japanese technology, and the content is taken by people from Harvard and MIT, because they are the people who speak English, that is the native speakers, and the technology, because Japan is quite high in technology, so they have taken the Japanese technology. So we are going ahead with CASEC test. I'll tell you what are the contents and the characteristics of the CASEC test later. Coming to the research which has been done by Japan Institute of Educational Measurement over 2 million students and professionals. This is what the results came out as. When we go and walk up to any person, they say that we ask whether you know English or not, they either say yes or no. Okay, that's the very first diagram that you can see. The second thing, when we ask them to take the CASEC test, it comes to a pyramid like this. The topmost pyramid is known as CAT A, wherein people score more than 850 marks out of 1000. The middle part is CAT B, wherein people score more than 650 and less than 850. And CAT C stands for people who have scored less than 650 in the CASEC test. Now, according to the CAT A, CAT B and CAT C, we have developed a training program. The lowermost is the CAT C, wherein we give a lot of emphasis on English and a little bit of personality development as the grooming. CAT B, we give 50-50% weightage on English and grooming your personality. And CAT A, we go ahead with a lot of personality development and a little bit of English grooming for them. Now, these are the questions for which the answer is JIEN. When we ask what are the answer for, what we are answerable for, we got these questions, okay? Do you know what you need to learn and focus on to get that dream job? Do you know how do companies recruit? Do you know how to provide the answer interviewers looking for? Do you know what changes you will face when you enter the workplace? Do you know how to manage anxiety, stress, time, and relationships? Do you know how to manage difficult bosses and colleagues? Very important. Do you know which organization type would suit you? Do you know to build a network that will help you grow in your career? And do you know how to grow in the organization? These are the several questions. These are the major questions which we think that we can answer to you. That is why we are here for you. Because you know, this is you. Of course you can talk to yourself, but sometimes you may need an expert advice. Yes, no, maybe? Yes. Because of course we can know what company I want to go, how to grow in the organization, how the company recruits. I've seen it on television, I've seen it on YouTube, I've read it in newspaper, blah, blah, blah. But sometimes an expert advice will help you grab that dream job that you have been inspiring for a long time. That is why we are here. Now, coming to the stress management, time management, all those things are taken care of in the program, which is of about 36 hours. So we also take care of interpersonal skills, building up interpersonal skills, all those things which I will be showing to you on topic. So yes, we do answer these questions. Now the question that arises is, do you speak good English? You know, we always speak English. Of course, we can speak English. But what is good English according to the recruiter? What is he or she looking for us? Okay, and the answer is very simple. You can just walk up to the mirror and start speaking in English, look at yourself and give yourself marks out of 10. How many people will give yourself 10 out of 10? Raise your hands. Come on. Have you all walked up to the mirror and spoken to yourself in English? All are Amitabh Bachchan. No. Then how many do you think that will give 10 out of 10 to yourself? Okay, 9. Okay, 8. 7. 6. Okay, thank God. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5. 5 is the majority. So, okay, let's not get down less than 5 because my voice will be what? Less than 5? No way. It's not, to be a person who wants to grab the job, we need at least 9 pointers. Because English is the only way we can actually impress the interviewer within fraction of seconds. Because he or she will ask you only one question. Might be that is the case with you. Alright? Like, what is your hobby, sir? His hobby is to ride the bike. How many bikes have you ridden? How many times? 10. What were the 10? Tell me about bike. What types of bikes? Okay. Okay, wonderful. He gave 5. Anybody else with a hobby of riding bike? Anyone else? No. What is the most favorite hobby for you people? Tell me.
Music.
Playing cricket, music, anything else?
Okay.
Anything else? Painting? Reading? Who says that? Who says that? Somewhere here. Reading who said? Now nobody.
Writing.
Okay. Anything else? Okay, wonderful. Okay. What is your favorite color? Red. Why? See a boy with a red color. So why red color? It's attractive. Why blue is not attractive? White is not attractive. You like red. What is your favorite color? Orange. Wonderful. Why? A lucky color. Okay. Your favorite color? Red. Give me 3 reasons why it is red. Wow, great. Bold enough. Okay. So 1 reason. Who else with red color? Raise your hand. 1, 2, 3. Any more? Okay. Do you think that if red, we are having 4 or 5 of the people who say red is the favorite color, and the only question which is asked to you in your interview is, boss, tell me about your favorite color and why. That's it. Get out of that after that. I don't have time. I'm losing my lunch. I've lost my breakfast already, so I will not lose on my lunch. Otherwise, my wife will kill me. So just tell your favorite color and get lost. And why? And you tell that red is my favorite color because I like it. Okay? So okay, go. You say it is red and it is very bold and I like bold things. Oh, your Baba, go to WWF now. Why are you over here? It is a software company. Why are you having yourself over here? Who else red? Now no hands will raise up. I remember. Who else? Okay, why? Okay, great. 1 hand topmost. Let's listen red why. Yes, boss.
It's attractive. It is attractive.
That's it.
Yeah.
It's attractive, he says. Blue is not attractive, white is not attractive, black is not attractive. Okay, who else? Red. Yeah. It's a blood color. So, my blood. It's a dangerous color. So, you will suck blood from my employees. Huh? Okay, stop signals as well. Anything else? Okay, wonderfully said, wonderful. Our, that is first time I can, say the blood color is red. So, but what? Yes, blood color is red. But in cockroaches it is white. Okay.
It's red, right? So that is why you like red color, because you like blood. Okay, let's not hear about Vampire Diaries. You might have seen Vampire Diaries. Okay, so but your answer was wonderful. Trust me, because if I would have to give my best color is blue, but if I would have to say that red is my favorite color, and the interviewer tells me, boss, tell me your favorite color and why, and just get lost from here. I'll say, sir, my favorite color is red because the blood inside me is in red color, and I want to turn the entire blood into sweat for your company and work so hard that your company works the best in the organization. Okay? That is why I want to work for your company. Thank you so much, and I'll get lost. Will I be selected? Yes, no, maybe. Yes? So blood color is red and I want to turn my blood into sweat for the company. I hear you, Amma, I will not do that. No company pays you that well enough. Trust me, I've been to so many companies. So that is why we say, do you speak good English? That's your. Now why English and how can you gauge English? Again, the answer is us. Because I told you we have the cassette tool, the technology from Japan. So it's an online test which you can take and just access yourself, whether you stand in CAT A, CAT B and CAT C, and along with go with the training. Now coming to the classic, as I told you, it has got 4 parts. The first being the vocabulary, because until and unless you have the vocabulary, that is the words in your dictionary, you can't express yourself. Yes, no, maybe. Yes. The other part is grammar, the second part. Okay. Grammar is very important because until we are speaking correct grammar, we do not make a good impression in front of the interviewer or any person per se, even in the society. Okay, if you want to boost up so much and you are speaking a wrong English, grammatically incorrect sentence, say, yo bro, what's down? Okay, it should be, yo bro, what's up? So that's why even if you're trying to make yourself the most presentable person in the society, the grammar is more important. The third and the fourth section are audio-visual, okay, wherein you listen to the English native speakers, might be from US or Britain. They will be speaking about something and you will have to comprehend one thing out of that. That is how it works. The answer will be either A, B, C or D. The question will be asked and it will be in US accent. The fourth is dictation or listening. We need to understand how good you are at listening at US accent or a British accent, and how good are you at spelling. When you type in the spelling wrong, the answer goes wrong. Each section has got 16 or 11 questions, as you can see, and you're allotted a time slot of say 50 seconds to answer one question. And if you are not able to answer that question in 50 seconds, it automatically goes to the next question, leaving your question unanswered and wrong in the sense. And it is item response theory, that is IRT. What is IRT is that even if 2 people are sitting very near, the questions will be very different. Why? Because if the next person sitting to you answers the question in 10 seconds, and the answer is right, the second question is going to be much more difficult. And if you answer it in 49 seconds and the answer is correct, yes, it will be a less difficult question. That is how it works actually. It is item response theory, how fast you act and how good you can answer to the question. So these are the 4 sections. One is vocab, second, grammar, third, comprehension, fourth, listening or dictation. How many are here? Physically and mentally? Yes, no, maybe? Maybe. Okay. Who says maybe? Now everybody will be looking at each other. You know, maybe when you say maybe, stand up for yourself, bro. Yes, maybe I am present because I am thinking about my girlfriend or boyfriend. You can have anyone, girlfriend or boyfriend, no worries. So if you say anything, stand on your words. It's a ban of words, okay? Mahatma Gandhi didn't only say that he will get independence to the country, he got it. Either ways. Alright. Now these are, yes, any questions? Shoot. Till now any questions? Any queries? Which needs to be sorted out? Yes, no, maybe.
Now come on, say someone maybe. Who says maybe? Make it, yes. So we have been through around 2 million students till date, and these are few companies who are global test takers, who take it as a first parameter to get your selection done, maybe Procter & Gamble, Hindustan Unilever, Honda, Hitachi, Cisco, etc. And there is the addition to many more. Coming to the other part of the program, it will be micro office suite as well, wherein the industry experts will come and talk to you and teach you about it. It is very important for us to know about Microsoft, whether it is Word, Excel, or whatever it is, PowerPoint. And so there are industry experts which are associated with our company, organization, who will come and teach you about the same. Next thing which is very important for you people is Tally. So Tally also, we have got wonderful industry experts who will come and teach you about the same, so that you have a brief idea on what will be asked to you in your interview. Coming on to the personality development program, we have the professional English, which includes the basic SVA, which is the subject-verb agreement that we try to do with students so that they can understand actually how to speak correct and grammatically correct English. After that, we go ahead with notice, report, memo, minutes of the meeting, application and letter format, which will be very essential the moment you join the corporate. As you are a corporate person, you will be asked to write the notice, the memo, the minutes of the meeting, all these things which might be new to your eyes right now. That will be your daily work, daily routine work when you join any corporate in the near future. Coming up to personality development program, we go ahead with communication, public speaking, debating, group discussion, leadership styles, very important. Interpersonal skills, time management, impressive resume writing, body language, email etiquette, non-verbal cues, team building, stress management, business etiquette, and mock interviews. Over here, the most important thing to remember is your resume. You know, we help you a lot in making your resume because a A4 sheet of paper will speak much more about yourself than you can actually speak to the interviewer. Why? Because he tells you, boss, tell me your favorite color and white and get long. Okay, thank you so much. But he will go through your resume and understand what kind of candidate you are. Next, coming to leadership styles, very important because, you know, we have seen that even graduates when asked how many kinds, because we all know Hitler, yes, no, maybe. We know Mahatma Gandhi. Yes, we know Manmohan Singh. Yes, we even know Modi. But when we are asked in the interview, okay, boss, how many kinds of leaders are there and what kind of leader are you? What is the answer? Raise your hand. Right now you will be picked up for the job. How many kinds of leaders are there? I repeat the question. How many kinds of leaders are there and what kind of leader are you? Please give your answer. Raise your hand. You will be picked up right now. No one? Are we sure? We know Hitler, we know Mahatma Gandhi, we know Manmohan Singh, the silent character. We know Modi. So many people we know, but we are not yet able. What if this was the only question which the interviewer asked you? Boss, your credentials in your academics are very good. Okay, no question on that. I don't want to ask you anything about BBM. I want to ask you because our company is a lot into leadership. So what kind of leaderships are there and what kind of leader are you? Just tell me this thing and might be you will be selected. So what will we do? Okay, in that case, we teach you what kinds of leaderships are there. It's a 4 kind of leadership: autocratic. Have you heard of it? Democratic. Heard of it? Laissez-faire. Heard of it? Parenthood. These are the 4 kinds of leadership styles, and what kind are you will be judged from the CASEC test that you take. Other important things from here are very important is your non-verbal cues or the body language, because we give a lot of information. You know, it is told that we give a lot of information to other people non-verbally.
Okay, if we are standing in a different posture, we are sitting down in a different posture, we are talking to an interviewer. Okay, whatever we are, overall grooming, that is what is known as non-verbal cues, which gives the hints to the people, because at the Harvard Institute research recently said that only 15% of your IT or your credential academic skills are judged nowadays. Rest 85% are your soft skills, which should be judged for you to be in the organization. That is why we take up with these few particular topics. The advantages of this course, definitely self-respect comes, self-confidence comes because people respect you, boost communication, help you develop with people, make you employable, very important. We never write it, right? It will make you employed. Because Mahatma Gandhi said that if any medicine is not curing your disease, or if your work scenario or your company has become hostile or toxic for you, that means it is creating a negative effect on your character, and it is not giving you the best opportunities or the best performance that you could achieve with other company. Just stand up and say no. It takes a lot of guts to say no. Yes, no, maybe. Yes, it takes a lot of guts to say no. I will not work here anymore. Sorry, boss. It's not my cup of tea anymore. But remember that Mahatma Gandhi says that if you have the guts to stand up and say no, don't worry, there is a better morning waiting for you. And that is only when the medicine is not curing your disease, or your workplace has become toxic or negative for your personality. Just leave that thing. It's not for you. That is why we try to make people employable. Because you can switch from one company to the other company. Might be for two reasons. One is the reason which I told you from Mahatma Gandhi book, the Gandhi. And the second reason is, let's talk money, okay? The more we jump, the more height we get. Respect. The moment money starts flowing in your pocket, people start respecting you. Yes, no, maybe. Oh, such a loud yes, but no was there also. But now I will ask you, who says no? No was there, right? Somebody said no? Continuous improvement. We always emphasize on continuous improvement. Why? Because the improvement curve, like we say PLC, we all know about PLC? Product life cycle? Okay, in a product life cycle, it goes up and comes down, but in the learning curve, it's a continuous improvement. It always starts going up and up. That is why these are the things for your assured bright future. That is the learning curve. And how do we go about the training? It's an online English communication test, as I told you about CASEC, to be given to each student before the training. The training includes English communication 1, soft skills 2, Tally 3, Microsoft 4, and personality development 5. It's an overall grooming program. Duration is total is only 36 hours, and it is adjusted according to the institute, whatever time slot we get, and the course duration can be adjusted as per the requirement of the college, and it will cost you less than a personality development book for all the 5. Which I told you, I repeat again, it is soft skills, communication, Tally, Microsoft Office, and personality development, which is 2,500 for the entire course, including the CASEC test, which is the Japanese test. Any question? Shoot. Any query? You are free to ask. Come on, I'll not ask you questions, I promise. Ask questions that you want to ask. I've asked you several questions. Now it's your turn to take the revenge to all those people who said maybe no. Take your revenge. I give you an open chance. The CASEC test. No, it's not free. It's including the entire course. That is 5 topics for English communication, soft skills, personality development, Microsoft Office, and Tally. All plus the CASEC test, 2,500. Anything else? Good question. Let's talk money. Any else? Come on, take the revenge. Anything? We have 5 minutes for your questions. We always keep 5 minutes for your questions so that your questions are addressed correctly and you get the entire knowledge.